Does anybody remember these papers there when they came out? They're revolutionary papers. One come out every week for the best part of a year. And this one here then, this one now is still in the plastic sleeve. DVDs, guys, look, DVDs. And we'll just pick one at random here. We'll pick the first one. This one here. Now the whole idea of this was they republished. Let me see this now. This was from 1916 to 1923, and this paper was. Yeah, look. Read the papers printed exactly as they appeared in 1916. Obviously the cover, we know that's not 1916. When you open up, go inside, there's booklets. You get booklets and posters about the 16th Westward Horizon. And this is all done. These are actually reprints of the original papers. There's a match that was on at the time, Kerry and Wexford. You know what I mean? It's like a reprint of the original papers back then. That monument is actually I know that monument in Wexford. So then like you have Porter Pearson, handwritten notes and a priest eyewitness's account of the Enniscorthy rebellion, stuff like that. And it goes on then to other stuff like this. And then it gives you the content the whole way through. Dublin looks a little bit different. Sackborough Street. Yeah. Still just as wide, but Nelson's Pier, column at the top. Now guys, that was the Mach 3 today. You know, so, and even back then, as the song says, as the blood flowed down Sackville Street, that was actually O'Connell Street they were talking about. Now this is, anyway, you got James Connolly and you got Eamon St, Thomas Clark, Thomas McDonough, Sean McDermott. No names that you're not well familiar with. So, yeah, the proclamation. I like the way they done it, where it looks like the corner's missing. So anyway, guys, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. May 1916, Liberty Hall. You know what I mean? I've had this collection now since 2016. This came out on the centenary. And every magazine is different. It's not all the same. This one is about Ireland on fire. This one is about support the hunger strikers, executions of rebellion leaders, the rebels returned from war, the Gaelic League, Irish, America enters the war, home rule. You know, look, it goes. I'll go over here and look at a few of these. Michael Collins assassinated. It's not just the IRA convention. Army split in two. Yeah. Peace conference at Downing Street. Battleground in Cork. Britain creates Irish martyrs. Well, they kind of did, but they gave us James Connolly and St. Patrick, so it's a good start. But anyhow, a free state. Now, you see there, you see this here, you see that harp on that? That is why we had to have this flag. Because our real flag has the gold harp in the middle. Because they had it in their flag, they banned the Aaron Gabor flag. So that explains why people don't know the difference. I know the difference because it pisses people off when I say to them, I don't recognise the tricolour as my flag. It's not my flag. It's not even the flag of Ireland. It's an Irish flag, yes. Absolutely it is. But it's not the flag of Ireland. Civil War breaks out. Civil War breaks out, guys. National Army attacks anti-treaty at the Four Courts. 28th of June 2022. Or 1922, what the fuck? 1922. No, so, yeah, I've been collecting them now, and I've held on to them for, it's nearly 6 years now. No, nearly 10 years, 10 years this year I have them, sorry. 10 years, so, yeah. And each paper, like I said, has a, son of a bitch, look, it has like reprints of whatever paper was going on at that time. This magazine here now is the same, it's no different. Look, it has Irish Exile. There's ones of them here have copies of tickets, summonses, fines, people getting sent to barren land, their name on the boarding list, stuff like that is all in here. But it's a lot of magazines. I've actually got a lot of them actually, but let me see if I can find this one here. Actually, if we go back to the first one again, I think it's the first one. And I'll have to see now if I'm right. Cameras now is Easter Rising, yeah. Well, charges all that. Here we go. Revolution Papers. A unique collection of Irish newspapers from 1916 to 1923. So all this here is every newspaper that was published in Ireland and back in the from 1916 to 1923. It's just duplicated and reissued. So I just generally and personally I just thought it'd be a nice little collection to have. And we have things here like this, look. We have a copy of the Telegraph, and it's actually a copy of the full paper, if you know what I'm saying. Now we have here what looks to be, one second guys, I think this is a poster. It is a poster. It's actually a white proclamation. It's a good size actually too. It's about 2 foot by a foot. You know what I mean? All these magazines have stuff like this in them. One of them has a poster like this. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's number 16. I think it actually has a poster of the sitting of the first stall. Stuff like that, so. Then you have the Telegraph here talking about martial law. What's that shit? Or I can get binders for it, alright. Anyway, here we are guys. You know what I mean? Treasure of the Irish Volunteers. Sackville Street. Actually, it's not even Sackville Street. They're looking straight down O'Connell's Bridge. But it was all called Sackville Street. So, yeah, and then that's the Gaelic American is the name of that paper. So it's not just local papers they're showing you, is also as the General Post Office in Dublin. This magazine was April the 29th, 1916. So anyway guys, I'm not going to show you every page of everything, but just this was like a pamphlet that was handed out. Do you know where they used to print them or just hand them out on the street with the newspapers? Irish war laws. You know what I mean? A change in front. Things they ought to tax. That's they start doing that and they never stopped. There we go. Stevenson's Furniture Cream, guys. We will not finger mark. That's what you want. You want your fingerprints behind you. Let's see if we can still buy that stuff. See, that's what I mean. This some weird stuff you look back at. Your feet. Tooth powder. Tooth powder, not paste. But anyway, as I say, I do digress, and I apologise. So, but that's it anyway, guys. As I said, I was doing a bit of research, and I was documenting some stuff here, and looking up a few laws and legislations and stuff, and I just happened to come across that collection. I had to put away, as I say, for safekeeping, and I was so safe, I forgot I even had the book in it. I generally did forget about it until I found it. But then again, I've gone through all the magazines. I've looked at everything, so I suppose I put it away and that was it. But I'm sure now there's a lot of stuff in here that I would have forgotten as well. So definitely it's going to be something I'm going to have to sit back and go through again. But yeah, that's kind of it now. That was a nice little find. I forgot. That's something I forgot I had, so I'll make the most of it. But yeah, it's cool. And there's actually 50 magazines, and this one is about the famine and potato fairs, and this is a special edition with 2 DVDs. So yeah, actually I do remember back when I was doing collecting all this, cost me, I think it was just over $1,000 for all the magazines and all that stuff. So, but it's nice to have. So anyway, thanks for taking time to listen, guys.